We're live.
Oh god. Hello.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Oh, my neck is so
been a bit.
broke. It has been a bit. But yeah, we're going at it at session X number, which I don't know what is the number. Let's say 18. 18 sounds like a good number.
Something like that.
Let's say 42.
You should stop lying to the audience, you know.
I think it's.
Honestly,
I mean, it's literally labeled.
treatment.
It's literally labeled on YouTube.
Yeah, but then they come in here and you gaslight gatekeep them. You're not.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's
really awful of you, honestly.
That's my reputation, to gaslight and gatekeep. So everyone hates me.
Me most of all.
Oh yeah, but that's because you have issues.
It's a you problem.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with me. It's all you.
Yeah. The fact that
Because you're making bougie salmon right now.
I'm sorry that I'm a better cook than you. Let's get on with it.
Oh shit.
Come over here and say it to my face. All right. Yeah, so session 18, I think, for real. Vargo had no room for Wallflower. Let me see, who hasn't given an update in a while? Kaiser, tell us what happened last time. Got his ass.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
It's the end of the world as we know.
Where did
As we know it.
Where did we start off last time?
You all started off in the caves.
Kaiser did this weird became Greer thing, you know, as one does. We all got back together and learned the meaning of something.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm revoking your privileges that I gave you. You all continued from your evacuation from Hive Home, which was struck by Beggar One, the one that calls themselves Union. In your evacuation, Ilar Ordo had asked you all to escort a caravan of some 15,000 Hive Home civilians to Mycol Fields, which is designated as the evacuation, the kind of escape location for the rest of the Yassirna United cities, as daylight was destroyed by Beggar One's attack. And you all's travels, you had some special metaphysical Darth Vader moments in the caves of old Egregorian architecture. Kanya remembered a story. Gear remembered who they were and is continually remembering who they are. Q aged, became Obama, and then didn't become Obama.
Q became Obama.
Yeah, he's dead, yeah. And then Kaiser was the stalwart monolith of morale for the team. But as you all exit, yeah, go ahead.
God help us all.
Yeah, right.
The
bio monster. As you all exited the caves, as you spent 2 weeks kind of getting out of kind of going towards Mycol Fields, you were barraged by a series of messages, not directly towards you, but just out in the ether. They were cries for help that had occurred over the past 2 weeks of you all's traveling from Evergreen and others, potentially from Daylight and other Icerians. Cries for help that the machine is descending upon Evergreen. The machine is abound around Solo Terra here on Icenia, causing chaos and causing disarray. But eventually, you all saw a old Icerian ranger who looked rather weathered. Their name was Gold, and they told you that they had a message for the commanders of Mycol Fields, and that message, in short, was Beggar One's casket is exposed and it's in Evergreen, and now is the time to attack. But y'all took that Gold person to Mycol Fields, and as you arrived, you saw two friendly faces, well, one friendly face and one other friendly face that is not exactly a friendly face, but you know it's a friendly face. One friendly face was Venom, who had been sent exactly. The boyfriend, who had been sent by Nosimbo, your MP warlord commander of the Bonambi, to go pick up Bongwani, a MP of the Loins Orders Nduinji, an engineer. And that is where we'll pick up unless you guys have anything else to add.
Did you isn't her name like Ordro or something like that? She had asked us to if we'd be willing to speak for her.
Yes,
in terms of,
yes.
Her being a leader.
Good mention, good
Okay.
mention. Yeah. Dethal Ordo is she spoke to you, Q, in your you guys' talks over the course of 2 weeks and told you that there's some contention in Mycol Fields about who should be leading that city because Primrars, no, not Primrars. What was her name? Their name was. They died, so it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, Praetor Hydel died, which is the leader of Mycol Fields. But yeah, Dethal was a little worried that the people there wouldn't accept her, and she's looking for y'all's support.
Yeah. Either way, I promise her that when the time comes, I will say that yes, this queen in fact does slay.
This queen slays.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
Shoot. Let me use the bathroom real quick, guys, and then I'll come right back.
Great Shaka. I'm gonna check on my souffle.
Oh, damn.
Just while he's gone, folks, this will be a shorter episode. Real life things happening all over the world, and this is a multicultural stream from all corners of the globe, and so that's part of the reason for our shortened schedule and our sort of erratic posting times. But thanks for sticking with us.
It's all my fault.
It is not only your fault.
I know.
I literally
mostly.
canceled last week's session.
We can also blame the CIA.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's 100% true.
Yeah,
It's the feds.
it's the
the
feds.
fuzz.
It's the feds. It's the fuzz.
Damn, it's a fuzz split.
Damn those CIAs. Q's not back yet. Bastard. I'll destroy them.
You could do one worse. You could destroy the souffle.
Oh yeah. Let me damn, I can't really do anything to destroy a souffle.
Microwave it.
Yes. I'll send my microwave mind beams over to his location. I'll use empath to disrupt his mental synapses.
He usually rolls 20 on food. You forced him to roll a 10.
Yes. You now do not have souffle. You have flay without the souff.
Gross.
I don't know what that is.
Well, to flay something is to take its skin off, so...
True. I mean, salmon without skin. I mean, I eat my salmon with skin, though, so because the skin's really healthy,
Yeah,
so...
it's crunchy.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah.
chips.
Tasty little scales.
Yeah. Legion, are you knocking salmon skin? I detect a hint of facetiousness in your statement.
I would never make any sort of humor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. There's no
I-
humor here.
Oh,
I
Legion, while we have time, tell everyone about your Dark Glass Sojourner game.
Oh yeah, it could be whatever I want it to be called. If I wanted to call it Dark Glass Sojourner, I could. But yes, it's my latest tabletop role-playing game. Bright sci-fi, anime as fuck, and has elements of transhumanism. So you can be a dinosaur or a toaster. That's one of the. And
Damn.
yeah,
Can you be a dinosaur toaster?
let's not get crazy.
Let's also
Oh,
talk about
okay.
the
Yeah,
freaking...
my bad, my bad.
let's also talk about the amazing freaking art that you've got for this. Everything
Yeah.
from a freaking, like, Old Testament angel to, like, a built-as-shit techno-monk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a website. It's all fancy. It's darkglasssojourner.com, and there's an
I'll
art
link it.
gallery. Yeah, and it's where like 99% of the effort goes into is getting art. I'll just admit.
Thanks.
make a banner, send it to me. I'll throw it into the freaking
Oh yeah!
scrolling panel.
Ooh yeah! Do that.
Oh,
good
how do I
idea.
do that?
You have a good
Uh,
lead.
What
Either that, or
resolution?
just send me a picture that like has and like your like signature or something, and I'll make it work.
Yeah, and also send us a headshot. We want to see your face.
Spoken about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. We all can't be as pretty as me, so be like that sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I
I
think
want to
it's
be
something
so bad, Shaka.
Look, if you want me to look
really
good at the
trying
end
to
of the
preserve your
workday with long
feelings.
hair, you are asking for too much, my friend.
Yeah.
Look. I can say with confidence, I know I'm beautiful, Shaka, but
Okay.
I ain't trying to show you up with your yee ass haircut. Like,
You see,
God.
my
I
face
haven't
is
got it.
actually a Photoshop of Quee's face.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's too funny.
Look
People
at
want
this
a
shit.
session today? No.
Yeah, no,
You
we
get
talk about
podcast.
that.
You get
Need a session?
podcast today.
Welcome to the roast of NHP Shaka.
Oh my god.
All right, fuck that shit. Let's go into the stuff. Okay, yeah. So, you all arrived in Mycol Fields, seeing where we will pick up. Let me make sure the token mission's off. Okay, cool. You all arrived in Mycol Fields at the gates, seeing your compatriots, Venom. Q, I don't even know if I showed you the picture of Venom yet. Oh, this is Venom.
Yo, what? That's awesome.
And also Bungwani.
Oh my god, he's hot.
Yeah, it's got a elaborate eyeshadow. Yeah, you see Venom and Bongwani, and with you all is Dethal Ordo and the long stream of the caravan that trails behind you. As you all approach past the bridge, entering the tall spires that compose the geothermal vents of Mycol Fields. Oh, that's the wrong music. Damn, I thought that was cool. Wrong music. Let's do that music. Cool. Yeah, as you all pass by the bridge, Venom greets you all, and firstly, greeting Q and saying, Q, it is good to see you, friend. I bring your friends. This is Bongwani. They speak well of you.
It's just I don't think it would be very obvious, but it's like a hand on the side of his like arm, like around his shoulder, and then like another one, almost like cupping his neck. And Q says, "It is equally good to see you, blood of my blood. I likewise bring familiar faces to you." And Q kind of rests his forehead on Venom, but backs off enough to kind of like let the more professional things continue to happen.
Cool. Yeah. Venom returns those gestures of camaraderie, but plus.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I have camaraderie plus.
Trailing right behind you is Dethal Ordo coming up in a truck. She's hopping off and looking a little bit almost as if she's found a certain way to dust off her clothes and look more official. You all probably get the sense she's trying to emulate the disposition of her father. And she steps off in kind of like an authoritative way, but also like a friendly way. As behind Venom and Bongwani are some leadership from Mycol Fields. She taps Legion you on the shoulder and says, Kaiser,
Yes.
I have told Q, or Q-Tepi, but I will need this from you as well. Relay the message to your teammates, your other two. These Mycol Fields officials, they may not view me pleasantly. If you could offer me any support, I would greatly appreciate it.
Can I can I do something when she gets kind of off the truck?
Yeah, you can do some, yeah.
I think Q kind of like seeing her and already having had that discussion with her. He would kind of like not necessarily trying to make a huge deal about it, but kind of like gesture towards her and say, like something along the lines of like, yes, our commander, the one who assured our safety and led us through our travels. Kind of like basically being her hype man, hyping her up.
Nice, yeah. Do you say anything, Kaiser, after she says that?
If you want support of the people in the Mycol Fields, just give me a list of names, perhaps where they live and what they look like would be useful.
Dread.
Yeah, Dethal will pass you a recorder that is a kind of a handheld size, and she says that it has all the names of the known representatives or people that would be replacing Praetor Hydel here on Mycol Fields.
Oh, wow.
She's replacing him.
I was sort of being facetious, but I will indeed pocket this for later.
Cool. Yeah. She says to you softly, should they need a bit of convincing, I'm sure you and your team, you've proven allies. I'm sure you all can do what you do best. I can't stress enough how this last push, our final push, will mean for the Icenian United Cities.
Just over sub vocals. Damn. Okay.
Well, you saw how well we did at the council, and I feel like the odds are in our favor now that there's more of us in relation to less of them. The ratio is a bit better.
Cool. She'll nod and continue forward, crossing the bridge and passing by Venom, nodding them and nodding at you, Q, and passing by Bongwani, and going further on into almost being embraced by a crowd of Mycol Fieldians as she will make her way up to the command center, which you all will eventually need to get to after you've had a bit of time to get adjusted and rest up for a briefing that is set to occur pretty soon. So she leaves. As she passes on, your commander, Nosimbo, also walks up. And I would imagine she's probably in the same area, general area as you, Kanya, and you, Gear. And she says, Gear, Kanya, we've made it. Mycol Fields is beautiful. This place, Icenia, it has treasures of the mind, and I'm sure of the soul. You all see this too, correct?
It's quite impressive, yes.
Certainly is something to behold.
She looks more sternly at you two, almost squinting her eyes. I heard from Q and Kaiser, you two had a moment. Are you okay? What the deed that we are required to do coming up here requires sound minds. You need to know who you are.
That shouldn't be a problem. Sort of a slightly unnerving smile.
Well, I know exactly what I need to do, and will continue doing so. It's not like I don't know who I am.
So says you. Well, you have my faith, none the matter. Come, I must introduce you all to Bongwani.
Also, is there a
In
reason?
Giz's head, it's... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, in Giz's head, that is like, I am a doctor. I am a doctor. I am a doctor. I am a doctor.
Kanye's looking at his at the data plate on his wrist and going, "Why do I have a bunch of people's names and addresses on my computer all of a sudden?"
Oh, from yeah, guys, yeah. Yeah, so Nosimbo leads you all on as she finds Kaiser. Kaiser, have you left yet, or are you still with the group?
Left for what?
Oh, I didn't know if you went to go like investigate the people or anything.
Oh, not yet.
Okay,
Sticking with
cool.
the group for now.
Cool. Yeah, she'll as she's walking with Gear and Kanya, she'll see you, Q and Kaiser, and she'll kind of nudge you all on or motion you all on to meet Bongwani, who is sitting there, not sitting there, but standing there, looking a bit nervous and a bit scrawny, I would say, for an impy, but they're definitely in their Mbumbuluzo, and they have their Shilangu and their Ukuwa, and they're definitely like typical impy, just look a little more desk impy than Nosimbo. But Bongwani says, Nosimbo and Q, Gear, Legion, and Kanya. It's good to meet you all. My name is Bongwani with the Loins Order, Indoyenji. I hear you all ordered a printer.
Just in time. And pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. I'm sure I'll be able to produce machines that are to your liking. I don't have much else to say other than I'm ready to serve you all's mission.
We may need to print off additional equipment for the Hysinians to use. Is that alright by you?
That is fine. I've already set up my printer in one of the towers here in Mycol Fields. The people here are quite nice. Even these, what do you call them? Agregorians. Yes. They have a way of making you feel at home.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then Bogwani says to you, Gear, and I have a present for you. I feel that when you meet a new face, you should come bearing gifts. Please, follow me.
He has the most confused expression and sort of looks to whoever's next to them as they go, and goes and follows him.
Cool. Nosimbo will say to the other three of you, the rest of you three, we must get acquainted with the populace here. I'm sure Dethal will be calling on us in a moment, but it'd be good to get to know our surroundings. You never know what you may run into. It's good to have a good bearing of what surrounds you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I imagine Q kind of nods and presses forward. Kind of confident, like the first time they arrived on the planet, but this time the confidence is actually backed with the experience.
Nice. Cool. So, Nosimbo leads you three off in another direction. Probably there's some little room set up for you all here in Mycol Fields that are pretty Spartan in their makeup and design and such, and you all get acquainted. But we'll go over to Gear as you are following Bongwani, who seems to have gotten a good lay of the land and seems to have made an impression with a couple of these Mycol Field Hycerians here. And as you all are walking through the chambers here that definitely resemble like the subterranean tunnels of Hive Home, it looks a lot more well taken care of than Hive Home, but still kind of like, Egregorian and such. Anyways, Bongwani says, Here, Nosimbo told me you pilot the Genghis, correct?
Yes, I believe the designation is a world killer variant. not the most tasteful term, but it's effective.
Yes, I've done extensive research on the Ward Killer. Its armor plating, its armaments, its ability to act in combat. These are things I respect. May I introduce something else to you?
Of course.
And you all walk past a door that kind of opens slowly. And you see a hangar with a bunch of other mechs of Hycerian designs, some Striders, some Assaults, Ronins. And then off in the other end of the room is a massive size 2, 20 or so, 25-foot tall printer that is just now finishing a strikingly similar Genghis World Killer mech with some Groot-slaying armaments put around it. As it's finished printing, you see these armor attachments kind of fly off and then attach themselves to the mech. And another one kind of flies up from the ground and attaches itself to the mech. And Bunkwani says, "I've taken the liberty of upgrading your Genghis with the Groot slaying. I find it fitting for what you typically pilot. I hope you like it."
I look forward to taking it for a spin, so to speak. Thank you very much for the additional equipment.
My pleasure. There's another question I must ask you since you are here.
Yes, of course.
I not only am deployed by Shaka and Nosimbo and you all to aid your mission, but in my time here, I've realized that these Hycenians could use a bit of upgrading. I am at your command, how I upgrade these Hycenians. Should I start on their mechs? Should I start on their systems? Should I bolster the defenses of Mycol Fields? Everything is at my disposal. It is just which one I start first is the question.
I see. I'm in two minds of this. Bolstering the defenses would be useful. However, do you have any anti-subterranean warfare devices? As our enemy loves to come up from underneath us.
Yes, the thought has occurred to me too. Though I haven't been long on this planet, I don't know the size of the armaments that are likely needed, nor do I know the exact nature of the threat. If you could provide me with such information, you can bet your ass I can provide you with the correct type of armament.
Wonderful. Fortunately, due to some good decisions back when we were at Evergreen, we do have extensive footage and data of how these machines fight. I will send them to you now. Beepity beep beep boop boop.
Beepity beep beep,
They
boop,
send
boop.
over all of the data on the machines and their fighting styles, and plus what's been recorded by their mech and such.
Cool.
So that they can sort of figure out if there is any possible defensive measures against them.
There also happens to be one video of Kaiser singing Baka Matai.
Exceptional, amazing. That one's got a little favorited status.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll also mention if it turns out that there are no effective ways of combating such a unique fighting style, I suppose, I would suggest just upgrading the Hercynian mechs and giving them both numbers and effective fighting forces. They have very outdated and, whilst effective, not entirely suited to task mech forces. So that would be a secondary option.
Bongwani nods and reviews the data you sent him over, and he just kind of like nods a little bit more and says, "This is good. This is good. Gear, I want to reassure you, I have everything we need to produce any defenses possible to defend Mycol Fields. And as far as the upgrading of Hycerian forces, I've had a bit of a conversation with Venom, and I think I know just the thing to aid these Hycerians. And he points to the back of the hangar, and off from around the corner, a 15-foot tall mech walks out with feathers attached to the top, cheetah kind of print around its arms, and Ukuwa and an Ishilangu on its back. And he says, Venom has requested I print him a Ibutho, equipped with a standard Shaka class and HP. I think you all will find this, and the Assyrians will find this most fitting in defending any of those that seek to aggress on these lands.
Yes, that sounds like an exceptional idea. Though I will caution that we did hear some troubling news about some NHPs being taken entirely by the machine. So I think it has the capability of taking an HP and repurposing it for its own uses. So that might be a consideration to keep in mind, though I feel that this sort of thing would be very useful for the Sinians in defending themselves.
Thanks for the info. I will let Shaka know of the impending potential threat. Gear, that is all I had for you, but if you need anything else, come to me. If you have any ideas of weapons of destruction, I will happily print them for you.
Yes, of course. I would suggest weapons similar to my main armament. They gesture over to the ginormous flamethrower. I found that the swarms of subalterns don't take kindly to a lot of fire. Put it simply, that might be useful.
Good to note. I'll cross-reference this with the data you sent to me. I'm sure we can find something we both find agreeable.
Of course.
It is good to meet you, Gear. I hope for many more conversations just like this.
Yes, hopefully so.
Cool. And Bogengwani gets back to his printing of weapons of destruction. Next.
Oh, one thing I want to point to throughout the entire conversation, even with getting gifted a bunch of stuff on their mech and everything, they haven't smiled once. You can't see it because they always have a COVID safe mask, but there's no joy in their eyes or anything, which maybe Bongani switched on to that sort of thing, but they do just sort of have a clinical effect to them anyway, but they haven't felt any real connection or emotion at all this whole time they've been in Mycol Fields.
Got you. Okay, yeah. If you think Bongwani would have cut on to that, I would definitely say he did. I don't think that would change any of his responses, but he's probably not like the friendly type. So I mean, not like super he wasn't not the pushy type or whatever. So he'll take a hint.
Like if he's sort of switched on to small body language things as a person, then yeah. But if they're a bit more of a space cadet and sort of focused on their craft kind of person, then they probably wouldn't have noticed. I'm not sure.
No, they probably noticed. They probably noticed.
Yeah, Brad. Cool.
So yeah, you're free to rejoin your compatriots or spend a little bit of time exploring Mycol Fields if you like.
I'll probably do like a system check of my Mac and make sure it's functioning just fine, all that jazz, and then head over to the friends when I can.
Cool. Yeah, as you probably check out this newly printed Genghis World Killer with a couple effects of Vakani make. You probably see a complimentary Shilangu and Ukuwa posted in your chassis, in your expanded compartment, which is definitely your med bay. And it's a message from Bongwani, and it says, good luck with this.
That's sweet.
Cool.
Gear doesn't think it's sweet. Gear just goes, no.
Yeah.
But I think it's sweet.
Gear throws in a trash can. Cool. So Kaiser, Dawnfall, and Abiku, you all are with Nosimbo, and she, as you all are kind of setting your stuff down in your respective rooms, Nosimbo comes up to you all and says, "All right, let us get a little comfortable. Kaiser, I know what it is you do best. Do that. Q and Kanya. Well, rather Q first. Q. Those you find here in Mycol Fields who look like they have some type of stature, I recommend you get accustomed to them. Get to know their ins and outs the best you can. We are to report to Dethal Ordo and the command center here in Mycol Fields not too long from now. And Kanya, if you would like, you can remain close to me as we get to know more of the people around here. What say you all?"
Sure.
Playing games, eh?
Kaiser's already slinking away.
Cool. 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 So, do you all want to give me a quick check? Gear, you can do this too. Like a trigger check, not really a downtime action, but maybe if you convince me, you can do another downtime action. Of what you're doing over here around Mycol Fields. I'll just note that something to aid to thaw would probably be recommended, but you can do what you want, essentially.
Okay, so we're doing a downtime action.
Yeah, downtime sort of action, yeah.
Let me
I
pull up
imagine,
the old Cupcom.
Oh yeah, down too. But I imagine that I am. Would it fall under getting organized, like trying to basically connect to people and
Let's
talk
also
to people
get
about
connected.
stuff like
Yeah, I get connected. Sounds like exactly what you want.
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get connected. Like I said, I'm generally trying to basically hype up anything that Thal's done, so on and so forth. Talk to people, kind of get an idea. Excuse me, get an idea of get a feel for what people are thinking about certain situations, so on and so forth. So yeah, getting connected.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. Just a note, Kanye, if you choose to follow with Nosimbo, she is going to aid the rest of the Hysterians that are still flooding into Mycol Fields get set up and try and glean some information from those helping the other Hysterians getting set up and stuff. So do some real like spy shit, but also like kind of helping. So if you want to do that, you can.
I can do more of the technical side of helping repair stuff and like set up camps and stuff like that. If she wants to do the spy stuff,
Okay, sounds good.
and like go through like fix stuff, make sure that like their power is running, make sure stuff like that.
Cool, that makes sense. Kaiser, what do you want to do?
I think in the previous downtime, Kaiser set up a new organization.
I think you did.
So is this like a new downtime?
Yeah, we'll say it's a new downtime. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I forget how organizations work because they kind of roll for themselves once you make them.
Oh yeah, don't they just like roll automatically at the start of like a?
Yeah.
Like if you increase your influence or whatever at the start of like a downtime.
It's got like efficiency and influence and all that.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's complicated.
Yeah.
Where is
and-
downtime?
Yeah, you have to do a roll for it, and then if it's a success, then you improve either its efficiency or its influence. And if it is a failure, then you have the possibility of losing some of that.
Okay, someone go first while I look at how things
How it
work.
works. Well,
Cool. Let's do.
coincidentally, I also want to do get organized. I want to make a sort of, because they're going on in their head that they're a doctor and all that. They basically want to make a volunteer medics corps, basically, because they're going to be going to war, these Hysenians, and they need trained personnel that are effective at stopping people from dying. And now that they've got the printer, they can just spam equipment too. So they want to organize something along those lines.
You're making a
So-
mash core.
Nice. Nice. So you wanna ask Bongwani to deter from the weapon production and do
Oh
some
nothing to do with Bongwani stuff. They just want to make a medic corps, like volunteer sort of medic corps, and train up people and have an organization essentially of trained medics. So when the fighting starts, it's less of a issue of everybody dies.
Cool. All right, that works. All right, Abiku, let's start off with you. So, what you want to do? God, what did you want to do? Oh yeah, get connected, right? I can't hear you, bud.
Queen,
Kitipe, you're muted.
he might be after his souffle.
Oh yeah.
No,
I
actually,
think
sorry, my souffle was done. I was just getting some more like yogurt sauce for my salmon. Hearing myself say it, I realize it sounds really bougie. Sorry.
Wow, the
What- what-
bourgeoisie is amongst us.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need me to do?
This is your downtime. I don't think you need a roll for get connected, right?
No, you do.
You do? Okay.
Could I argue leader inspire since my efforts to get connected are really just me trying to hype up a person?
Yeah. I'll just say take one difficulty because these are new folks and they are already skeptical of the person you came in with.
Okay. Anything else? Any other kind of
Nah.
bonuses or anything like that?
Nah.
Bonuses, penalties.
Nah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fuck.
With the 5,
Bruno.
you probably how would you say you're trying to get connected? Are you and who are you trying? Like just the average Mycol Fields or some of the Ranger forces, Hyserian Ranger forces, or who are you trying to talk to?
Really just trying to talk to anyone I can. So like just I guess like the average Mycol Fields person, just trying to kind of talk to them and both, but it's obviously not going well. Like they don't give a shit.
Yeah. I would say you don't come off bad poorly to them or anything. They just are way too busy taking in these all these new arrivals from Hive Home. You probably get a couple remarks from the people in Mycol Fields that this city doesn't have enough to accommodate even this small portion of folks from Hive Home, and they probably question themselves why the leaders or why Praetor Hydale agreed to, God rest his soul, why they agreed to bring these survivors here.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating for Q because he is, he's trying to be the people person, but it is very obvious that like, despite all the efforts during the convention to come together and do so on and so forth, it's still kind of like the race to be the biggest loser, I guess. I'm trying to think of like the way you're supposed to say that phrase. In English is not my first language, so I'm apologizing. But like,
I don't know how to say it either.
race to the bottom.
It's race to the bottom type thing. Like fucking crabs in a barrel, and he's probably very annoyed, kind of like by just how blown off he's getting.
Cool. Cool. Let's do Dawnfall. Kanya.
Sort of going along the lines of what I was saying there. It's just like, I'm taking care of more of like the technical side of getting everybody set up in like essentially temporary housing, stuff like that. And I specifically want to buy some time to extend Nasimbo's window of opportunity for doing her spy thing.
Cool. Ooh, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a d20 and
Hacker fix? Because I'm trying to fix up their stuff and get them set up technically.
God, let me look at Hacker Fix. My gut says no. Because of Hacker Fix seems technical.
No, I'm trying to set up like heating and generators for them. So that was my
Mm.
thought.
Now you change it to make me sway towards your direction. I see.
No, that's what I said from the beginning.
Not I'm joking. Repair device, multi-system, internally hack it wide open, totally wreck and disable style. You can use this for hacking, safeguarding electronic systems such as computer systems online.
I also have inventor create if it's more of
Yes.
me building things.
Yes. Inventor create. Sounds good.
Okay. This is the wrong character sheet. Where's okay. It's it.
Wow.
We are not doing.
I don't know.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
the
So
opposite
the-
of what we want.
So there's a thing that we've never used, but I had to read about because I was DMing before. Can I invoke my background as a colonist to try and do this better? Because in theory, I've done this before.
Already rolled. But yes, you in the normal situation, yes.
No, it gives a accuracy. So that would be my question.
If you said it before, yes. She said it. Like,
Well, this is something I'm going to exploit in my role.
backgrounds.
The fucking D3 fell on
yeah.
a fucking 5 for me. You just went donk.
So yeah, it turns out the influx, the number of folks needing help here from coming from Hive Home and is much more than you could handle, and you're needing to set up enough equipment for all of them as well. And so Decimbo chips in and aids you, and isn't able to gather as much information as she had hoped, or really any information that she had hoped, as you two are there rendering aid to the Caesareans you escorted here to Mycol Fields.
Kaiser and gear.
Okay,
Let's
I
go
think
first.
I'm ready. So I just roll a d20, and currently it's at +2 efficiency and +0 influence, and I roll this, and it gains +2 in both.
Thank you, Shaka. Or, no, Shaka.
Kaiser.
Yeah.
Nice. What was your organization in original? I think it was just like the
Military.
caravan. Military? Yeah, cool.
Yep.
All right.
And so it counts as a reserve. So it provides a +4 bonus to anything military related, essentially, and a +2 bonus to anything related to acquiring assets, opportunities, or swaying public opinion.
Ooh la la.
Which-
Ooh.
I think I want to do something sort of unorthodox, which is Mycol Fields is it like mostly Egregorians?
No, it's just like Hive Home. It's a mix.
Okay,
It's mostly humans though.
mostly humans.
Yeah.
Okay, is there who's that one fella? The one with the hive
Endeavor?
mind. Yeah.
No, only Endeavor is the only one that is the only hive mind for Daylight, Mycol Fields, and Hive Home.
Oh, okay. Could I try to tap into witness, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
And this time, instead of being a passive observer, exert my will to sway public opinions of the Egregorians, at least.
Yes.
Mm.
You can,
And what I'm thinking of is either get connected or gather information. I don't know.
Sway them in what way? You can hold on this roll too till you meet in the command center if you like. Because you already didn't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, let's wait. It'll be dramatic that way.
Cool. Well, yeah. Your organization that arrived here from Hive Home is looking like they are well trained, and they almost get well suited and and in concert with the other Hycerian Rangers here on Mycol Fields. And as a steady flow of new gear starts coming out from the mech hangars here on Mycol Fields, you see that they are of Infocani make and such. And I guess around the horizon, you probably see Inkala kind of climb up the side of the spires here, and you see some of your organization start to get in those and check it out and eventually pilot them. Okay, gear.
Yeah. So yes, Gear wants to start the Mycol Fields Volunteer Medic Corps, aka
Alright.
MFVMC.
And
I'm such a duck. But yes, so do I get any heckin' triggers on it, or is it just a
It's automatic. The first
yeah, I think it's
start it up.
the first time I started up is just
Yeah,
like you get a thing?
Yeah, you either choose efficiency or what's the
Yeah.
other thing? Influence, and
Yeah,
that
I've
becomes
chosen
your
that
+2.
efficiency. Yeah. Cool. All right.
cool. Just record that into your CapCon, and
Oh.
yeah, you spend the time in between the time your arrival and you're starting up this organization. The word of your doctor abilities, your medic abilities, have probably spread from the ones you escorted to the people here on Mycol Fields, and you eventually get a long line of those willing to volunteer and learn from you and learn how to prepare themselves for the oncoming war, because the drums of war definitely are sounding around this colony as printers and stuff are coming out. Kaiser's organization, his rangers are starting to load onto new mechs, and definitely the higher ups here in Mycol Fields are starting to gather towards the command center, which you all will be called to. Cool. Well, if you guys don't have anything else to do, we will take you to the command center. Oh, wait. All right. BRB. Wait for Q. Q! Okay, cool. Here we go. Yeah, wait for Q real quick, and then we'll do the scene. Because you have decisions to make. So many decisions. Oh, don't wait? Okay, cool. All right, I will not wait. You all are called from your respective places, heading into the tallest spire here on Mycol Fields, and going up a well enough service elevator until you reach the top floor, which is composed of several, as you kind of go through the doors, you see a bunch of Hycerian Rangers and some Egregorians. You also see Dethal Ordo kind of moseying into one of these rooms. You see several rooms that look like modular command centers set up. And Dethal Ordo calls to one of you, to you all as you all arrive, and tells you to come into one of these command centers that looks like so.
Ooh.
It's a smaller room, but it is projecting an image of. Let me bring on Dethal in here too, and let's see, Simbo as well. Yes, projecting an image of Hercinia, but more specifically of Daylight and Evergreen. And in this room, you see Dethal Ordo, Simbo's with you all, and you see a couple Egregorians and a couple other officials of Mycol Fields. There's two people that stick out to you all. One of them is Gold, the human you met in when you arrived out of the caves here. Just when you kind of got out of the caves from Hypham or whatever. And there's another Egregorian named Steadfast. Gear and Kaiser, you pick up their name before you even they introduce themselves because you've got some powers.
That name.
Yeah, Steadfast. And as you all, let me see, how much? 5? Yeah, because I'm seeing this with you. Yeah, as you 5 enter this room, Steadfast is in the middle of their report. They say, "Yes, as Gold said, Beggar One is exposed. It is our time to strike. Its sarcophagus, casket, many words. It lays exposed. The printer, it goes heavy. The sounds, the smoke of production emanates from Evergreen. It is our time to strike. It is imperative. We of Mycol Fields make this attack. And then Gold comes in and says, Set fast is right. We saw it with our own eyes. I barely made it out alive. I sent them on ahead of me. Beggar One lives in Evergreen. The town is taken, and it appears it has huddled the civilians of Evergreen into prison camps. There are a couple things that I and Steadfast noticed, though. And Steadfast comes in and says, Yes, a couple things. One foremost among them, there is a ship in what appears to be Evergreen's bowl. It is unnoticed. It goes unnoticed by the machine, by this Beggar One. I see it as an opportunity. Should we take it, we can hopefully, potentially disable the weapon that shoots from afar. And then Gold comes in and says, that, or we can save those who are trapped in the prison camps, causing a riot, potentially giving our assault a bit of cover. And then you hear some grumbling from the Mycol Fields officials and stuff, and Dethal tries to talk, and she's talked over a little bit, and they hear some more grumbling, and Steadfast and Gold explain more of the story or whatever, but Dethal's just constantly being talked over right now, almost like she doesn't exist in the room.
I'm about to get fucking disrespectful up in here.
It's gonna get heated. Dethal had the best album.
I'm gonna let y'all finish. But I just want to say, Dethal had the best. I mean, I have questions of my own, but like my question as a Q-Tepi has questions of his own, but my question as a player is, if I were to, you know, make it very obvious that I got some shit to say, would I be spoken over just as the doll was, or like would I fit?
No, you're a Lancer. You can do whatever you want.
That
Lancers
No.
are like respected, and we've got clout now, so
You're an empty Lancer. Double entendre.
yeah, double whammy.
yeah, not a double entendre.
Yeah, no, a double entendre is
Okay, I don't
a
know.
bit of a different thing.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Chucky. You don't know words. No, I make it very obvious, like wherever Q is posted up, makes very obvious that, like, clearing his throat, doing the excuse me very loud, you know, however that goes. And if the room falls silent enough for it, I will I don't say anything after it, but I simply nod to the doll so she can see.
Give me a roll.
Leader inspire.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Sounds like a leader inspire.
I know
You see it. Ooh, nice.
you're loving.
Yes. With a 12, you were able to quiet the room with a authoritative cuff. Yes. Yeah. And
Just starts having a goddamn coughing fit.
Yeah.
Actually, it's fucking dying.
fucking on the floor. No, it's just the one, and then I just eyes connected with all. I don't even like say it because I feel like saying it would be infantilizing her, so I don't even like say anything. I just simply like give her a nod, let her do her
Cool.
shit.
cool.
Yeah.
Your house-
The crowd that's huddled around the projection of Daylight and Evergreen kind of parts to they all look back to like, who just coughed? And as that happens, Dethal steps in front of the the camera pane and places her hands
Play
gently.
Queen.
Yes.
She places her hands gently on the holographic projection, and she says, "Listen, I know there are many perspectives. I know some of you don't respect me because you think poorly of my father, Ilar. But let me tell you one thing. I've earned the respect of our saviors, our lancers, our allies here. They come all the way from where the battle was fought in Evergreen, and they helped us along the way. And through our mutual respect, we've made it here to Mycol Fields. I know what's before us is challenging, but together, this is the only way we'll be able to succeed. Beggar One is exposed. We have several options before us. There's no time for bickering. I am put in charge of Mycol Fields, and with the help of our allies here, we will make sure that not only Mycol Fields, the Assyrian United States will be stronger, and we will win this war. And then the crowd kind of falls silent for a little bit. And if you guys don't do anything,
I was gonna ask if is there anyone who kind of seems like they don't believe her in terms of like having the mutual respect of us Lancers or anything like that?
yeah, I would say Kaiser. On your data pad that was passed to you by Dethal, there are a couple names that with pictures that you recognize in this room. These are not necessarily residents of Mycol Fields, but have been respected for so long that they're just here and for whatever reason. But Dethal has kind of pinged them as people to watch because they are former members of this other place called St. Tellus. And they seem very skeptical of Dethal Orda, and they seem to have a bit of clout in the room.
If there's still no if there's still like disgruntled mislooks and people like actively being like, Kanye will just we'll just make the comments just to the wider room. If you have a problem with Dethal's authority, the Infocani would be happy to take our mechs back.
Yeah, I think.
Playing hardball over here.
I think.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, Ganon. Oh, go ahead.
I think like on the same page because like I said, I wanted to know if there was anyone who, similar to Kanye said, with disgruntled look or like kind of like rolling their eyes at her. And I think, excuse me, I think Q would kind of jump on behind what Kanye says and says something along the lines of like, "It is true. It is Thal who reached out to us first. Were it not for her leadership, we would not be here in the first place." And kind of like continuing to now towards this room of people who Q has already kind of has gotten their attention, kind of like continuing to affirm Thal's position and skill as a leader, and also like validate her deserving of the respect.
Cool. Legion, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I think I want to back up Kanya's thing. They're I don't know if threat is the right word, but whatever it is, by doing that little tapping into witness type of thing. And
Cool. Give me a
and
roll.
I think I want to do take control, use my presence of will.
Okay. All right.
Control.
All right. Yeah. Nice.
And on a night, I'm doing get connected, drum up support for a course of action. Oh wait, I misread that. The course of action being support the fall.
Cool.
But 10 to 19, they will help us, but we have to do some sort of promise.
Okay, cool. Let's play it out this way. So as all of you all say that, and then Kaiser, I guess, Gear, you pick up on this too. It's almost a new, well, not a new sensation for you, but well, it's relatively new for you. You know, some 2 or 3 weeks old or whatever. But you know what it's like to feel connected to a
It's a bit alien.
lattice of, yeah,
But, yeah.
bit alien. Yeah, thank you. Kaiser imposes his will upon those connected to witness in the room, and sorry, foremost among them is Steadfast, the one that was giving the report of Evergreen and Gold, their familiar, I'll say. Steadfast says, "Listen, the one over there, Kaiser. They know what it is that Dethal is ready to do. We all of us connected to witness, we all must lend our aid, because alone, divided, there's no way we'll succeed. But I must ask you, Kaiser, us people of Mycol Fields, what little's left of the Hycerian Rangers here, we are not at our top strength, with daylight destroyed, hive home wreckaged. My request to you to lend aid to ease the hearts and minds of us Mycol Fields folk is, when you advance on Evergreen, whatever way that may be, you prioritize our lives. Don't throw us needlessly into battle, a one we cannot win."
Of course, nothing comes for free, and an alliance doesn't include sacrifice. I will say, on behalf of the Empakane, that we are not one to throw away our allies. After all, what is an Ukuwa without its Ichilangu?
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That is that is said, and Nosimville couldn't have said it better. They nod. Well, she nods, and Steadfast, they nod, and so does Gold, as if in agreement. There is one person in the room who isn't too happy with where things have kind of led, and who would you say is by the door? I feel like it's Kanye's kind of by the door.
Yeah.
Kanye by the door.
Kanye,
Like, that makes the freaking... I love that, because then it's like him framed by the door, like pointing out at the mech base, like, we can take them back.
yeah. Nice.
I hate Kanye making the pog face while looking at the mech base.
Kanye, someone next to you, you probably didn't notice him before, but upon closer inspection, they appear to be one of those supporters of St. Tellus. Yeah, an asshole. They appear to be one of those supporters of St. Tellus, and they intentionally shoulder bump you as they walk out of the door and grimace at you, and they leave. And then, go ahead.
Just sort of watching them go. Sisyphus, record all of his possible destinations and forward it to Kaiser.
How close am I to Kanye?
As close as you want to be.
Am I close enough to grab this guy and be like, "Excuse me, you bumped into my..."
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no. No, I.
Okay. Cool.
If I'm not close enough to see it, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dethal sees that individual leave, looks back at you, Tanya, gives you like "Are you okay?"
Kanye gives a frankly cruel look and then just smiles.
Cool. All right. Well, Dethal says, "Well, that settles it then. I am here to help you all, as are my allies. Together, we'll overcome this hill. That is for sure. But down to business. Dethal brings up, kind of fiddles with the projection a little bit, and it's flickering in and out. It's not as nice as Hive Home's command center. And she brings up 3 kind of like mission parameters. 4, actually. And this is up for discussion, and this is up for you all to decide what you want to do. The folks in the room will agree with you all because the Thal Order will agree with you all. It's just up to you all to decide how you want to do it. The Thal Order starts in and says, we have a few options here. We know that Evergreen is under siege and, well, in many ways, taken over by the forces of the machine and Beggar One. Option 1 is we deploy our HUC forces, those retreating, evacuating from daylight, those still available in High Foam, and those ready here in Mycol Fields, deploy them to assault the machine in Evergreen, and hopefully taking out or providing our allies here enough time to finish their assault on more sensitive targets, namely Beggar One. Option 2 is we follow Steadfast and Gold's recommendations, and we liberate the prison camp and those of the Evergreen militia, aiding our cause in many ways, I'm sure. Option 3, we go to the ship, and she looks at more of the recordings and the reports from Gold and Steadfast and says, we go to the ship, the Cassander. We take it to up on high and take down this orbital weapon Beggar One has taken control of. And finally, the option I personally do not recommend is we take the fight directly to Beggar One and destroy its casket. And she looks at you all to provide recommendations and banter.
Out of character to actually discuss with my teammate.
Sorry. Let me do some out of character stuff too. So this mission is this is set up for your 4th mission, your last mission. There's a consumption clock. It represents Beggar One's consumption of patience, the NHP, because Beggar One's trying to eat his brains out. And with every full rest and every retreat from combat, that consumption clock will tick up. The more it ticks up, the harder it is to fight Beggar One. You all can go straight and go kill Beggar One and attack Beggar One. It's not recommended because there's a lot of defenses there. Or you can choose one of the other options you can choose all the options. You can do them in any order. But if you go straight for Beggar One, you forgo all the other options. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Is it too much to ask to have all the different options written down? My brain doesn't do great at recollection of words.
There you go. I will put them in the chat for Foundry.
Okay. Oh, I said it. Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Over everybody. Okay. What does everybody feel like is important? Off the top of my dome, it sounds like mobilization and then liberation, then killing Beggar One.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. If nothing else, I'm inclined to agree that we have to save our previous allies, because it'd be different if it was like, oh, save patients directly. I'd kind of feel about that.
Yeah, patience doesn't matter, but the people.
Yeah, it's the people, and they are the ones who are currently all in the prison camps and in danger and whatnot. So
At the same time, it sounded like the freeing them bit was to immediately then get them to aid in the assault, which feels like we're throwing our old friends to die.
I think Gear and Kanye would probably be okay with that since their brains are scrambled.
Well, Kanye's brain is going, he has an orbital weapon. I don't want him to have an orbital weapon.
My thought was, because I also don't want to just throw away the prison camp, like use them just to like cause mayhem. My thought was, if that ship is big enough, could we like transport them out with the ship, But if we're gonna get the ship, we might as well also destroy the orbital weapon, then go back and free them. Is like my immediate thought.
Or use the
Yeah.
orbital weapon as a threat. You know, keep Beggar One in Evergreen, because if they try to move anywhere, we'll just drop the orbital weapon on them.
True,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Yeah, if we can acquire the orbital weapon, we can just
Yeah, acquire the
That'd
orbital
be neat.
weapon, get our friends out, and then assault them head on. And then finally assault.
Oh,
Beggar
I'm
One head on.
speaking again. Purely do option there will be
This
extra
couple has so
combat if
many
you do.
things to say.
I think number one is the easiest and quickest to do. It's literally just telling the fool, hey, send out the boys, and then we've got allies on the field. I feel like that's okay to
Allies,
just do,
armed
unless
allies, prisoners.
unless the implication of mobilizing the HUC is that we're mobilizing them for their usual tasks and not having them around for the assault. I don't know. That's not how I read it, but yeah.
Shaka, can you add some clarification to what some of these things would actually mean?
Yep. Sorry. So if you all do mobilize the HUC, Steadfast has one of the Egregorian reporters has asked that you all preserve HUC lives, so they will help you, but they ask that you preserve HUC lives. So mobilizing HUC means literally, and I've got to describe this part, but there is a pretty fucking big mech that is guarding Evergreen, and it is from what you all can tell from Steadfast reports, it's an engineer mech that is literally oversized, maybe size 3, and just spitting out not dead, but decayed and decrepit subalterns. Mobilizing HUC will be to take that thing out, effectively getting rid of a combat for you guys.
Okay, I really misread that. I thought mobilize the HUC was just, make sure everybody is combat ready.
No, that's my fault.
Engaging.
That's my fault.
Okay, so that's more so send a strike team to deal with a big scary. I don't think we need to do that. I think we can handle that.
Team.
Yeah, I mean, if it's subaltern spam is its thing, I've got a ginormous flamethrower.
Yeah, if it's subalterns, we have 3 different people who can just make them evaporate by looking at them too hard or by being near them.
You were trying to say something, Cotton?
No, it's just saying it's like Omni Gun says hi.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
right now, if you all want to do all the options, I'm just gonna do the combats for you. I need to tell you how many combats you would likely be in.
Yeah.
So if you want to break out the prisoners, that's 1 combat. If you want to do the go on the Cassander and go to get the orbital kinetic weapon, that's 2 combats inherently. Then if you don't want the HUC to help you out because they're going against that monster thingy called the accumulation, then that's another combat. So that totals it at 1, 2, 3, 4 combats. Then there's another combat. There could be total 6 combats.
Yeah. Can you explain the consumption clock? Because that's very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
So consumption clock is if you all full rest, which you can do at end of any combat, or if you retreat from a combat, then the consumption clock goes up. You can full rest or whatever. But if it goes past 3, then I start another consumption clock, and just illustrates how much patience Beggar One has consumed.
Okay, so but the clock only gets used up if we either retreat or
full
rest.
So do we try taking it 2 at a time and hopefully get it done in 4?
Yeah, we could theoretically short rest. We can short rest, and that's not going to tick up the clock. So
yeah, I think we could do probably 3 combats.
Yeah, we could
before full resting.
Oh my God, I've been prepping us for this.
Besides, it's not a big issue if patience gets a little lobotomized.
Also, yeah, we don't care about
Patience is a person!
Patience is an asset.
They are, yes, but they're a fucking dickhead.
They're also a committer of things that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, they're not a good. They're not a good. They're
oh my
bad.
god, I can't believe you allowed Hitler to get mauled by that tiger. My bad.
Oh my
Technically, the
God.
tiger is also a person. It's like bigger Hitler eating little Hitler.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So
Yeah,
you guys, hold on. You guys are technically right now, if you choose to break out the prisoners and succeed on that, right now you're ending up with 7 combats.
Okay.
I think the idea
If
was
you
to
wanna,
not liberate the prisoners because it sounded like they would be killed like as fodder in the
Oh,
next fight.
yeah, like that's
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
okay,
think-
so
throw the prisoners into the meat grinder as soon as we
Well,
leave.
I don't think
It's-
that's necessary for it.
it's-
I think we can get volunteer forces from the prison camp, like angry people that want to shoot some
yeah,
robots, and then send everybody else home.
it's the militia and just regular civilians. So like, and the CRT presumably.
Then yeah,
Oh yeah, they'd be useful.
I think in my head, the best order, like I feel like Shaka's prepared us on accident to be in a lot of combats without ever fucking resting because he hates us.
That's
Yeah.
standard Lancer.
Yeah, Shaka.
4 fights, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I think my head immediately goes to just like, let's get the ship, because that's going to be, Shaka said, like that's about 2 combats. So let's go ahead, get the ship,
Yeah.
take off the orbital weapon, like turn off the orbital weapon or procure it for ourselves, whatever, just so it's not a trump card that Beggar One has over us.
Yeah.
Then go get our kill the thing that's spitting out subalterns. That'll probably be an easy fight, and then free my people. Let my people free.
Oh,
So
before
good,
you
yeah.
before you so the guard, the accumulation is what it's called, and what Steadfast has referred to it as. That's going to stop you before you do anything else further.
Yeah,
So before you make it
that's
to the
like a
ship,
block.
I see. So
of
we have to
this
go
before, yeah.
him first, then ship, then prisoners, because we can use the ship that we get from the ship portion to help transport prisoners out. While meanwhile, like loading up the
Okay.
CRT and
Before we even get to the prisoners, you had mentioned that doing the ship is going to be 2 combats, so it would be dealing with the accumulator and doing the ship, and then that would be 3 combats already. So if we hit our rest, then if we can make it through all of that, then hit our rest. That's 1 tip up on consumption, and then the next would be freeing the people, and then
depending on
I don't know how many combats that would be.
1.
Shaka said,
potentially 2.
Potentially 2.
Potentially 2. Okay.
That still
Potentially.
leaves us
1, maybe 2.
That still leaves us the final fight with Beggar.
I think we'd need a full repair before the final fight, though.
But
yeah.
that still leaves us
also-
one extra tick
One-
on
Yeah.
consumption.
Also,
We
just
have to be
just saying, does anyone really fucking care about if Patience gets chomped?
Yes, in the capacity of, to my understanding, Patience is kind of what has Patience as an entity has majority control of Evergreen, and I don't want it to be a thing where like if Patience gets consumed, then that means that Beggar One now has like control of all of the fucking mech bays and printers and shit.
Oh, he already does that. Beggar One already does, or they already
No,
do.
it is a matter
I've been
of
fitting out
him
maps the whole
eating patience and getting stronger.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Either way, I'd rather have an easier fight, even if it means an asshole gets to live.
Yeah, no. I do want to ask about the HUC. Since we're not mobilizing them to do a strike on the accumulation, would they be mobilizing to fight on the Beggar One or maybe the Cassandra assault? Or would they just be like kind of chilling?
I am open to you all's interpretation. If you're not sending them into like directly a fight, I'm open to you all's interpretation of what you think they could be best used as.
If we want to essentially, after we've cleared the space station, if we want to have them occupy the space station.
That could be
Ooh, come up with you in the Cassander?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be useful.
So
Another
essentially-
option
Yeah.
is them acting as like essentially allied tokens, I guess, in the Beggar One
Ooh,
final
you
fight.
could. I could-
'Cause,
yeah, okay,
you know,
let's-
we probably could use some help.
An
Let's-
alternative. but
Oh,
similar
sorry.
to an alternative, but similar like suggestion is like aside from like them helping, because I don't think it would require all of them to be on the ship up there.
Oh god, no.
But I imagine kind of like guerrilla fighters. So like, as opposed to having them complete a mission on their own, we just have them like skirmish and do guerrilla fight and never get in.
Yeah, their
fight,
usual
so, like,
shit.
yeah, basically just fucking weaken the enemy so that when we get there, the enemy's like a little bit disarrayed or doesn't have everything that they normally have, type thing.
Like side
Yeah,
characters in Destiny Warriors.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's give you guys a clock for the HUC, a 3-segment clock that starts out at 3 segments, and you can deploy them to do certain things that are non-combat. Well, not non-combat related, but they won't get rid of a combat. But you can deploy them to do certain things. I'll write out later.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like
Deploying
giving
them on
NPC. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
if we take like, if it's a 3-section clock, do like one for like holding the station, another for like making sure the refugees get out, and like a last one is just support in the final fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'll give you guys. I'll come up with some NPCs that could be like support, or it could be like narrative support. We'll see how.
Yeah. I think, like, I guess narratively in my head, it makes a lot of sense for the final assault to have like HUC on the field and helping us, because it's a united fight and all that.
Everyone
But,
coming together.
So we're having like Avengers, like the last.
Yeah, it's an Avengers moment. They're coming out of fucking portals and shit.
On your left.
In game up here. You and
On
one
your
army, this army.
Bombay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously up to you, Shaka, how you want to handle that.
I'll
Stuff.
write it out and send it to you all before we play next Wednesday, and then you all can we can
Yeah.
workshop it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. But yeah, I don't think we need to do the mobilize the HUC option, because that is just a needless use of resource. But the last 3 obviously we need to do.
Lives.
Like, I imagine Beggar One would probably just drop the Cassandra on his own head if they were like convinced they were about to die, and would just be like, I'm fucking taking y'all with me.
Yep.
They've also probably got some backups and redundancies, so they probably figure they are expendable to a degree.
Yep.
So being blasted by a Cassandra doesn't sound fun.
Cool. So it sounds like you guys want to take the Cassandras, the first part of your.
Yeah, first priority.
Cool. That combat will be called Hitchhikers and Strays.
Because you said we have to fight the accumulator first, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, accumulator first. Yeah.
I'm writing out the plan just in the Discord chat.
Okay, thank you. I don't have to do it. So yeah, that combat is, you can call it accumulator, or you can call it rolling thunder. It's up to you.
Okay.
Cool.
Dathal has named all these combats herself.
Wow. Yeah, I totally buy that Guthal's a total turbo nerd that's just like sitting there thinking of these cool fucking op names and just like Operation Hidden Dragon. Yeah,
thinks,
I love
think
the idea
op
of Dathal sitting there be like, Operation Hidden Dragon, and Queen just next, that's an innuendo.
God.
Yeah, I would say Dathal probably thinks that the naming of the operations gives her legitimacy among strangers.
Yeah. It sounds more official. It sounds cooler. It sounds, more hype. The HUC Marines is just gonna be a motto over it. So it's like, yeah. You gotta give them names.
And there's Kaiser, he's like, wow, these operation names are so unoriginal. Who thought of this?
Oh, Dathal.
Do you know how many Operation Hidden Dragons I went on as part of the SCC?
Oh God.
Too bad.
Fucking love that idea.
Cool. So Rolling Thunder / Operation Hidden Dragon. We got the Cassander Part 1 and Part 2.
Then the
breakout? Prison
Yeah,
camp?
breakout.
What are we calling prison camp?
Operation.
Bust it.
Bustin'.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Bustin' Mc-
Bust. God.
Nosima's gonna chime in and say, might I recommend naming that operation Ted a Club Up. Ted a Club Up! Ted a Club Up!
That's fucking
I gotta-
ridiculous.
I gotta post a link to that video.
Oh god. Okay.
And then
So free the
breakout.
militia, commit HUC to refugees.
Yes. So Freedom Militia has a part 1 and maybe a part 2, so I'll just make space for that.
Okay.
And then the whole Beggar One saga is 3 parts.
Okay. So do we want to pop a full rest after the militia then? Just or may not pop a full rest after militia to before a big fight?
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna need a full rest before the big fight, regardless, because like we want to have full capability when we're going after the big boy.
Oh, yes and no. There's the possibility that it's one of the fights that it just like we take like almost no damage and walk out the other side with like a repair missing.
True.
So
Yeah,
we have maybe a full rest in that slot, and then Beggar One 3 fights. Commit last HUC to help in finale. Okay.
Nice.
Jeez.
So yeah, I would say that you all spent your time hashing this out with the Hysterians here, Default Ordo, and it was less of an argument, more of what's the best strategy to go apart with the least loss of life. And I think you all come out the other end with a firm strategy to press forward.
Yeah, sounds good. I do have to skedaddle. But yes, it sounds like we've got everything squared away for all that, and we'll figure out exactly what we want to do when you've got more of a write-up for what things mean, I guess.
Got you. Cool.
Yeah,
you were down here. We're down here anyways. Thanks, Kieran.
Yeah. It was a good session. Thank you very much, bus driver. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, best driver. Everybody
See you
say
later.
goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, you pubs.